What's up, everybody? Craig here with the Restorerz booth 513 of the 2025 Pomona Fairplex, the Flow Expo. And right now, we got the man, the myth, the legend. We have Cody McLeod over at Utility Plumbing. Cody.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. And we have Mike, Believer Mike, who is a content guy. He does all the content. He makes Cody look good. It's not that hard.
Right.
But
yeah,
Mike makes Cody look good. So let's just talk basics. Now, I know, let's talk to you. First of all, how long have you guys known each other?
about 3 years.
Yeah, about 3 years now.
Okay, 3 years. And
Yeah.
how did you guys meet?
Mutual friend, one of my clients introduced me to him.
Okay.
Said he was looking to start a business, and I specialize in brand strategy, so
Okay.
it was meant to be.
And his branding's pretty on point right now with the nice big black yellow U and...
And the on point part, that's great.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
sounds good there.
he has to go to
Period.
Lids to get that done right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Absolutely.
So it's obvious. It's been a year since we last chatted. I mean, really chatted. First time I'm meeting you, Mike. Let's talk first of all, Cody. So obviously with Utility, I mean, how much of the branding was yours initially before you worked with Mike on some of this?
So as far as the name and the actual logo and the colors and everything, I pretty much came up with that. But once I gave it over to Mike, he just took it and ran with it, man. I mean, it's been a fun run the last couple of years, and he really made the brand come to life.
And Mike, for you, have you been in the home services industry before, or how did this correlate for you in the creative side?
Having a discovery session is the most important thing in what I do, because I'm blessed to have the ability to take somebody else's ideas and then bring them to life.
Yeah.
So at first, there was, I don't think he really knew the direction of exactly where he wanted to go with it. So I gave him a bunch of different, like, normal concepts of plumbing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just hit him overnight one night, and he sent me a picture that he drew out, and he's like, this is it. This is what I want. And we have a picture of it that we did. It's the very first post that we did on our Instagram. If you guys want to go check it out, it's the very first post. And it shows how the idea comes to life. And that's what I love doing. I love taking people's ideas and bringing them to life.
Nice.
Sense of satisfaction for me and for the client.
So now working with Cody, I mean, how much control do you feel like you have on the creative side with him?
One of the things that I appreciate most about Cody is that he is very coachable when it comes to stuff like this. He understands, like, this isn't my professional line of work, it's yours.
Yeah.
So he has 100% trust in me, and he bounces off ideas with me on the daily. Before we make any moves, we both talk through it and come to an agreement.
So Cody, for you, obviously, I know you grew up in the plumbing world, obviously not being used to branding and marketing and being a face in a sense. How has that been a change for you?
It's been a big change. I mean, you know, growing up with the family business and stuff, it was just like we had the logo, we had the trucks, and we were doing plumbing, you know?
Yeah.
So when I first got into it, I knew I wanted to do, I knew I had creativity, and I wanted to bring someone in like Mike to really bring it to life. But as far as the difference, I mean, Mike's really, you know, oh man, just brought it to life. I lost my train of thought there.
No, I totally.
Yeah. But let's see. Yeah, so with Utility Plumbing Services, it's just been this new fun thing that we get to do, and it's incredible, man.
Do you feel that it has helped you grow? I mean, organically, visually, how do you feel that has expanded upon your business in general?
Yeah, it's helped me grow as a professional, and you know, seeing how everybody responds to our brand, it's been incredible. I mean, it's you know, it took it from just doing plumbing and having employees to, you know, we could really make a name for ourselves in the industry. So,
yeah. And Mike, for you, I mean, I know you've done this before in the past, but now have you looked at other businesses out there and been like, let me jump in, guys. I'd really love to work with you because you've got a great example of what's been going on with Cody and with Utility in general, and then making it to be where you can you have the proof in the pudding, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually, he's on one of the samples that I hand out or that I show to people. And it's more about, like, if you look at the biggest brands out there, you got simplicity, and simplicity sells. It's easy to remember. It's not a bunch of things bunched up into one, and people are going to just nowadays we're so consumed and just having things thrown at us so much that we turn away from stuff that's too busy.
Yeah.
And we look for simplicity. So like Nike and Apple and all those types, and they don't have really anything to do with the brand.
No.
It's just it's a memorable thing. So that was the direction. I think that he's like the Apple of the plumbing the industry, and that was the direction that we wanted to go with.
And the colors are nice and sleek. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something very simple with it. I mean, coming from a company who does colors, but we're bright and vibrant, but for what we do, we kind of have to stand out in a sense. With plumbing, to me, and I think we spoke about it last time with Edgar, is there is a certain sophistication with utility, with the U, with the very clean, with very symmetric design.
Right.
Very professional, very corporate. And I don't want to say corporate in a bad way. Corporate as in, like, you were doing Disney. I don't know if you're still doing Disney, but that's the type of business that would look for somebody who's like, they want to work on somebody on their same level.
Yes, modern and corporate.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel as you've continued to grow? What do you have, like, what, 3-4 trucks right now?
Yeah, we have 4 vehicles and 4 vehicles.
And obviously, as we've spoken before in the past, you'll go where the work is. You go where the work is. So for you, Mike, what have you seen with Cody and with the plumbing industry that you like and that you dislike? Take Cody out of the equation.
Yeah.
Just everything in the services industry that you like as a creative. I know, speaking from creative, but I have different insights on certain things. I'd love to hear your input on what you like and dislike about what you're seeing out there.
So I have a huge passion about like the brand has to match the service. It has like this brand matches your personality. This brand matches his personality. But then you take it one level up, and okay, what's the service like? And then the reviews is what you go to see that. I think one thing that to answer your question is that kind of bugs me out is every there's so many plumbing companies. Like, you drive up the street and you see 3 or 4 trucks.
Juan's Plumbing.
And they all do not catch the eye. They're all just outdated kind of, I'm not trashing on anybody, but it's very outdated design work. And I feel like everybody's trying to follow an old trend. And what I appreciate about working here is that we're trendsetters. We get to set the new trend.
I agree with you 100%, because also for me, and this is just me speaking, not Restorerz, we work with a company and they do great work. They've done great work, but I'm noticing the same thing from that company with all the companies they work with on branding. And then, don't get me wrong, smaller businesses, smaller areas, it works great. But there's a point where it becomes too autonomous as, let's just fill in the blank. And it's too, I don't want to say it's generic, but it's too cookie cutter.
Right.
Where what I've noticed, and now granted, it's again because I know you a little bit, it's because it's very specific to this person. And you're not going to sit here and go, well, work with Cody, let me go ahead and change this. They're organic plumbing, so I'll just take the U, make it an O, do a little, let's make it all blue instead.
Right.
I don't see that happening, where with this other company, I see that a lot.
Right. And it also, the brand should also not only just match the company. A brand just isn't a logo by itself. It's the company. It's an entirety. So if the logo is clean, simple, black and white, then the work should be clean, simple, black and white. The service should be clean, simple, black and white. Everything should match across the board. Right.
So my question for you, Cody, obviously, I mean, I know when we did this last year, there was a little bit of like, not apprehension, but you're like, I'm not good on this stuff. Now you've been tagged with this guy on some of your jobs and doing a lot more in person, a lot more like when you did the high school events, things like that. How's that been for you, being more front and center truly to your business and truly being the face of utility?
Yeah, I said this on Joe Crisera's podcast the other day.
Yeah.
Is I'm not, when we first got into this, I didn't want to be in front of the camera and stuff. And every time we put a post out, I was cringing every time.
Yeah.
So, but Mike is really, he does a great job in coaching me through it on film. And even walking in the door right now, it's just, he makes it easy for me to get in front of the camera now. And I've just gotten a lot more comfortable.
Mike, for you, how's it been for coaching Cody?
He's a quick learner.
Yeah.
He's a quick learner, but like anybody else who doesn't have a camera in their face every day, all day, you just got to get used to it. It's repetition. You got to get over the hump of, self-critic. We're our own worst critic. Whenever we look in the mirror, whenever we see a video of ourselves, we cringe. But once you do it so much, you get used to seeing yourself, and then it's game on.
And I think there's a certain point of confidence knowing that he's not going to make you look like an ass.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna do the best job he can do to make him look good and you look good at the same time. Unless you're doing something goofy, and that's different.
Right.
Yeah.
There should always be transparency in that too.
Yeah. So for you, Mike, what has been the hardest thing about doing this type of work in general with Cody?
Well, I would say a lot of jobs are they don't want to be filmed.
Yeah.
So collecting content, I think, is probably the hardest thing, just because, like I said, a lot of the residential jobs, they're not, they don't want anybody filming at their house, or even the corporate jobs, right? What is it? Industrial jobs. Those, a lot of times, they don't want anybody filming on their property either.
There's an NDA involved, I'm sure, in some of those.
Exactly.
So that's probably the biggest challenge that I've found so far. But we don't let that slow us down of still showing our audience in the industry our brand in general. Posting up reviews. Reviews are vital to any business, and they got some of the best reviews around.
100%, yeah. Well, and also, too, from the social side, I mean, people chat with us, like, they say we're doing well, and I'm, like, looking at us, and I look at other companies like yours, I'm like, well, people they look for plumbing on Instagram and TikTok, and they look for plumbing in general because they're looking for tips on how to do, because I've noticed you've done that before a few times, Cody, where you've talked about the job, but talked about how the job is done.
Right.
So for a quick little DIY, where the plumbing community has a total growth aspect where they can continue growing that way, where it does for this restoration. I'm like, sorry, we're going to tell you rip up drywall.
Yeah, right.
We'll go buy a couple $1,000 air movers. That's not much we can do to help you there, except for give you preventative tips.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Education is a big thing when it comes to trades like this. And then also showing, the younger generation, like, hey, there's a lot of opportunity here. This could just not be a job. This could be a career for you. And then starting your own business and maybe doing one of your own.
And we spoke about that earlier. And there's another plumber I'm going to be speaking with today about the youth getting involved. How has that been? I know you're presenting it to them, and I know you're doing it in a very awesome way for people to get, like, okay, this is more youth generated,
right?
More attention seeking. For you, Cody, I know you've been doing a lot of the high school job fair type things. Talk to me about what you've been doing and how much that has benefited you as a business and the community.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of the career days. So we have like a couple years of content from doing career days in the Inland Empire here. And it's been great, man. We just have, I'm so sorry, the background noise.
Here, let me turn you down.
It's all good.
How's that? That better?
That's great.
Okay, there you go.
It's all good. So yeah, we just been doing the career days, and it's been incredible for our business. We have hired a couple students, so it's more to we just want to show the next generation that there are trades opportunities out there. Yeah. And back when Mike and I were in high school, if you didn't go to a 4-year university, you were pretty much considered a failure.
Yeah.
And that's so when we got out of high school, I went to junior college and stuff, and I really did think, like, wow, like all my buddies are going out and doing all this big university stuff. And but we really, I made a name for myself using my hands in the field, and now I'm able to do that and show the next generation that there is an opportunity here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of people, and we spoke about this before, a lot of people don't understand that if you get involved in the right trade early on, there's exponential growth. I'm not saying don't go to college. I mean, honestly, some of these people would be better off going and getting a marketing degree or business degree and then getting involved in the trades because they understand it so much better, as opposed to, people who are just like, they'll be an apprentice and they'll learn out in the field.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm a big advocate of getting thrown into the wolves and learning how to survive.
That's how I learned. It's the
best way to learn.
I learned to make because I wanted to.
Right.
And my film school was life.
Yeah. It's either thrive or die.
Yeah.
That's the old school way of thinking, and sometimes the new generation doesn't understand that yet, but they're learning.
Okay. Right.
So what can we expect for 2025 from utility right now? Anything cool happening on the horizon besides more job fairs, career fairs, another job that might lead to another giant semi?
So we got some awesome jobs coming up, but I think you can expect more content out of us, man. We're really excited. We got a couple couple things in planned and stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
And Mike, for you, obviously, let's take Cody out of the equation. He doesn't exist right now. Cody doesn't exist right now. What have you got going? What's in the pipeline for you right now?
So I'm creating, I'll just kind of get into real quick. I do social media coaching, and the whole idea behind how social media is used in this day and age, and since it came out, really is all wrong. It's all for clout. It's all for, look what I got, kind of flexing, and people aren't realizing the personal brand is bigger than anything right now. You are your personal brand, whether you know it or not. When you go to the grocery store, how do you treat the people? When you're driving your car, do you cut people off? Are you speeding? Are you real chill? Are you mellow? So we're our own personal brand. And because social media is blowing up so much, that we need to make sure that we're representing ourselves online how we would in real life. Because when people meet us, they're going to they have an expectancy, and then it's always, things aren't ever what they really seem that they are on social media when you meet somebody in real life. Everybody, we're human, we're faulted. So I like to say, keep it real to appeal, don't fake it till you make it.
Yeah, we see that a lot too with other companies in general, where they're a certain bragging point when they see other companies succeeding. It's like, no, 100%. Be real, be you. You don't need to say how awful you're doing, but you do need to be honest with it to a fault.
Nobody likes being lied to, And I think social media is used just as a big facade for people. So the way that social media is working and building right now, the personal brand is from showing people who you are and what you do in an authentic way. And so instead of letting social media use you, it's our biggest asset. Everybody is here all day long, and we can reach anyone in the world at any time from the palm of our hand for free.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's it. Authenticity in the brand is extremally important. And that's what we're going to continue doing moving forward.
Yeah, and that's one thing I will say about you, Cody, that I've just, in general, as the guy who runs socials and doing all the likes and all that stuff and making stuff, is 100%. When I see you, that is you. There's no BS. There's no sugarcoating. It's not like you're acting. I can act. That's one thing. That's me. That's my world. But it's you, and that's the admirable thing. So, like, when you show up to a job or your crew shows up to a job, they know there is that essence and that personality that comes along with that, and that's the professionalism that they're getting to do that job and do that job right. And
what another thing too is like, the guys don't get dressed up just to make videos. The guys are already dressed up to go to work.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's important.
Right.
Trust me.
And that's what our customers have come to expect. We have so much repeat business just in our early time here and stuff. So it's been really good.
Well, the way I see it is there's a reason why companies like Service Champions have been around for as long as they have. Yeah. There is a level of professionalism. There is a level of expertise that when they show up, they expect. And you're providing that, and it's only as it continues growing and growing, and we're saying utility in the same frigging breath.
Yeah.
So, 100%.
Cool. That's the goal.
Yes, it is, my friend.
and you're crushing it too, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Speaking of me and us, that said, this is more towards Cody, obviously. Now, you're working with restoration companies. What is a thing that really not take us out of the equation, that you like and that you really enjoy on the restoration side when you're dealing with restoration companies?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we use Restorerz because of your professionalism and your consistency.
Yeah.
Knowing exactly what we're going to expect to send to our customers is extremely important. And we know what to expect every single time Restorerz shows up to one of our jobs.
That's awesome. Yay. Now, that said, something that really chaps you, something that pisses you off that you just know, and again, it could be us. I don't care. I mean, it really is. It's a restoration company thing from a plumbing aspect that when you have to send that customer client to a restoration company. What is something that really just could be easier or just chaps you?
I guess just the sending someone in there that's inexperienced or doesn't have the right customer service, because you guys are a direct reflection of our business.
Yeah.
If we're referring you guys, you're whether we're paying you guys or not for the job, that's a direct reflection on utility plumbing, and we take that seriously, and that's why we work with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gassing you up right now, Craig.
I know, seriously. I was gonna say. I mean, let me go. I got like $14 cash on me right now because
that's enough for tacos.
It's a cashless world nowadays.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just make it rain. But I'm trying to think if there was anything else really to go over. I said, yeah. No, I mean, that's really. I mean, it's just us being informal, having fun, chatting, and we got a conversation, boys.
Absolutely.
We had a conversation.
Yeah.
We talked with Mike. We talked with Cody. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Mike, pleasure, brother. Thank you, Cody.
Great.
It's a
Thank you
pleasure.
very much, man.
Thank you, guys. That's Cody McLeod over at Utility Plumbing. If you're not following him already, give him a follow. And Believer Mike over at Believer Mike on Instagram, right? And
Yep. Believer Media, Believer Mike.
Believer Media, Believer Mike. I will tag them as well in all this fun stuff when I upload this, which is you're probably going to be seeing it while it's uploaded. So there's that. Thank you for watching. We're going to have more people on throughout the day, so be sure to come on by, and we'll see you then.